evening and welcome to Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Dar Danielson alongside Laura Leonard here as we get ready to bring you this 4A quarterfinal on the Girls Union Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company. And we'll have Cedar Rapids Xavier, the number 8 seed, taking on number 4 Norwalk. And we've got a team with a lot of history and tradition, and then one in Norwalk who's building some new tradition, getting back here to state, Laura. And this 4A field has been pretty tight the whole way, so I'm anticipating another good game here tonight.
It really is going to be a good game, and Norwalk, you're right, they're the young up-and-comer. They have, years ago, had been to the state tournament, but it's been a long time since they had been back to be in the pageantry. And Xavier, they just are here year in and year out, it seems like, and they have a pretty solid team. I think this one is going to be back and forth. I think we're going to see a lot of defense, a lot of pressure by both teams.
Yeah, they got a coach, Xavier does, who's going for his 6th title. On the other side, Joe Segrist, he took Valley to 2 titles in the large class. Well, was it? One of those was, I don't remember how long ago that was with the 5A or 4A. Anyway, but 2 coaches with experience, they know what it takes. That's going to be interesting to see how that all works out.
Yeah,
too.
And I was just watching them. They're talking at mid-court right now, and so you just kind of look at them and just wonder what's going through their minds and what they're discussing, and the cat and mouse games that are going to go on throughout the game, and a lot of experience on both benches, and this is just going to be a fun one to see how it plays out.
All right, we're going to take a break here. When we come back, we'll talk about a little bit more about how these teams got here, and then our Seeds to Success presented by Channel Siege. You're watching the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, let's take a look at how these teams got here to the semifinal. And Cedar Rapids Xavier, 20-4, defeated Sioux City Heelan in the quarters, 71-57. Libby Fandel, 37 points, 25 rebounds. That's a 3A tourney record for points, an all-class tourney record in rebounds. For Norwalk, they defeated Central DeWitt, 51-46 in the quarterfinals. Pearl Brown had 2 points, but it was the game-winning layup, the most important 2 points of the, that was on a putback, I believe.
Yes, it was.
Bailey Birmingham, was it Birmingham shot? Maybe one of the Birminghams, that might have been their shot. Anyway, she had 21 points and 3 rebounds. So that's how we got to this semifinal. Now let's talk about some of the Channel Seeds keys to success, seeds for success here, Laura.
Well, what Norwalk needs to do, they need to get to the free throw line. So what that means, be aggressive, put the ball on the floor, take it right at the defense, see if you can draw the contact. And then you want inside, outside touches. So you want to get the ball inside, kick it back out to the three-point shooters, let them take aim on the rim, see if they can knock a few of those down. And then pressure defense for Xavier. They're going to come out, they're going to press right from the half-court line. They're going to try to get in passing lanes, create offense from their defense, and then they need to play with confidence. They played with confidence the other day, and so did Libby Fandel, and they need to continue to play that way here tonight.
And I imagine there's a little talk about watching her.
Yeah.
After 37 points, 25 rebounds. That's a pretty good stat line, any way you look at it.
That's almost a season for some players.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was for me. It was a career for me. Anyway, we'll take another break. We'll be back just about ready for starting lineups and get this 4A semifinal underway here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, a fifth-generation farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We're excited to have you join us for the Girls State Basketball Tournament.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to be the title sponsor of this amazing event. Iowa's farmers work endlessly to grow and raise nutritious food and sustain our local communities. Similarly, Iowa's student athletes dedicate countless hours to train and excel in their sport. Partnering with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union allows us to celebrate farmers and student athletes while supporting and empowering the Iowa girl.
Reaching the state tournament is a tremendous achievement, and it requires strong support. Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we can celebrate and honor students for their accomplishments on the basketball court and in the classroom. The Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to your success, assisting our organization in providing awards, grants and scholarships, as well as concussion insurance and these wonderful championship hats. These contributions not only protect student athletes' health, but also highlight outstanding performance in both athletics and academics.
As Iowans, we have so much to be proud of, and every single one of us plays a role in making our state great. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations on an outstanding season and best of luck in the tournament.
We're here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. That says 3A on the screen, but it's a 4A semifinal here today. Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard is warming up, getting ready for what should be a pretty good competitive basketball game, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it really is. I think this is going to be one of the better games we've seen down here at the state tournament. Some quality shooters, some quality scorers on both teams, and both of these teams play really good defense.
On the other side of the bracket, the winner of this one will advance to play in the championship tomorrow against the winner of North Polk DCG, which will follow this game here right after. As the clock winds down, a pretty good crowd on hand here. I see maybe a little more from Norwalk. They don't have quite as far to drive here. And one of those growing, I don't know if you call it a suburb of Des Moines, but the edge of the suburbs of Des Moines, that's really been a town that's been growing.
Good afternoon, basketball fans. Welcome, and we are so glad you're here for today's 2025 Girls State Basketball 4A semifinal matchup featuring from Cedar Rapids the Xavier Saints and the Norwalk Warriors.
Support your team, support your coaches, and respect the officials. We all pledge allegiance to the environment of school-based activities. Thank you for your attendance and enjoy the game. And enjoy the game. And enjoy the game.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by everyone here in attendance today. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to, as the lady said in the video, enjoy the game. Fans, it's now time to introduce the players in today's 4A semifinal matchup. First of all, here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the Xavier Saints. Number 1, Macy Herting. Number 2, Kaylee O'Brien. Number 5, Abby Driscoll. Number 10, Brooklyn Emerson. Number 21, Gianna Pino. Number 24, Ella Ahrens. Number 30, Kiki Harbeck. Number 33, Maisie Fisher. And number 35, Samantha Doherty. Your assistant coaches, Stephanie Potts, Jim Potts, Blair Kevin, and Liam McConville. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the Norwalk Warriors. Number 0, McKenna Reeder. Number 5, Peyton Travis. Number 12, Ellie Dooland. Number 13, Olive DeRocher. Number 14, Avery Thomas. Number 15, Grace Linder. Number 22, Braylon Clark. Number 23, Kara Scandrett. Number 24, Kerrigan Van Zanti. And number 30, Eddie Stillman. Your assistant coaches, Rob Wiedebrand, Tony Birmingham, Taylor Benshoff, and Bert Hansen. And now, here are your starters for this 4A semifinal matchup. For Xavier at guard, a 5'7" junior, number 3, Madden Wilson. For Norwalk at guard, a 5'9" junior, number 1, Pearl Brown. For the Saints at guard, a 5'4" junior, number 4, Giselle Lang. For the Warriors at guard, a 5'4" junior, number 2, Hannah Overholzer. For Xavier at forward, a 5'10" senior, number 11, Taylor Rexroth. For Norwalk at guard, a 5'10" freshman, number 10, Braylon Birmingham. At guard for the Saints, a 6' senior, number 13, Libby Fendel. For the Warriors at forward, a 5'9" junior, number 11, Ava Carlson. And for Xavier at guard, a 5'8" junior, number 32, Reese Comenda. And for Norwalk at guard, a 5'9" senior, number 20, Bailey Birmingham. Head coach for the Saints is Tom Lilly. For the Warriors, Joseph Segrist. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you our officials for this 4A semifinal as assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Your referee, William Dotson. Umpire, Travis Carroll. Umpire, Joel Kryenbrink. And your bench official, Cole Osterhaus. All right, who's ready for state tournament basketball?
I'm ready for basketball. You ready, Laura?
I am absolutely ready.
Here we go. Norwalk in the white, Xavier in the blue. Class 4A semifinal, a trip to the state championship tomorrow. Good full house here. Well, not full house, but good crowd here as we're ready to go. Fandel controls the tip. And here we go. Up top, Fandel with it. Over the right side. Now back up. And off to Wilson. Kicks it out. 15 on the shot clock. Fandel with it. Down the lane, runner up off, no good. Battle for the rebound. Pulled down by Ava Carlson.
Wait, that was a tough, that's going to tell you, set the tone for what kind of defense you're going to see in this ball game.
Yeah, ran the shot clock way down. Here's Norwalk. Pearl Brown kicks it up top to Hannah Oberhauser. Now get it off. And inside, knocked away out of the hands of Birmingham. Bailey quickly up ahead. Three-pointer, good, banks in. Taylor Rexroth.
Not sure she meant to bank it in, but she will take it all day long.
This one up and under, no good. Rebound pulled down by Reese Comenda. Just a slight bank. That one's up and good by Fandel.
She's just so smooth when she's handling the ball with that reverse pivot. And they're playing Birmingham very tight.
Wilson on the run out and good. And Norwalk wants a quick timeout here as a 7-0 run to start the ball game for, you see the three-pointer there by Rexroth.
Fandel with the turnaround jumper mid-range and then the run out, and this is the one that forced the timeout for Norwalk.
And Coach Joe Segrist is kind of wanting to settle his team down, and we've talked about it many times. If you can keep the runs to not big runs where you get way in the hole, that's the best thing you want to see.
Right, keep them at a minimum, and that's why there was the timeout here. They were just letting things get out of hand. They're playing very tight on Bailey Birmingham. They're going to need to get some help for her up top.
Her sister Braylon had 16, and now they're going to call a foul here. They called that on Reese Comenda. First foul here. And now a chance for Norwalk. Birmingham goes in, puts it up, slides down. And now quickly the other way. Lang. Back to Wilson. Up top to Fandel. She'll put up the three. Off, no good. Rebound, battle for underneath, and it will stay with Xavier.
Braylon Birmingham had the inside position, just couldn't pull it down and tipped it out of bounds.
We saw there Xavier, they want to push the tempo right up the floor,
Absolutely.
don't they?
They do want to get it up the floor.
And they pushed it the wrong end of the floor that time as the pass goes in. It was tipped, though. So they will keep it.
No, they're just going to, because nobody touched it.
Nobody touched it, okay. He was going like that,
yeah.
and they thought maybe, okay. Or did he? I think he was asking the other official if it was tipped because he made that motion, but anyway, okay. So it's Braylon Birmingham over on the wing to Oberhauser. She drives through, pulls up, and good. Gets them on the board. Hannah Oberhauser ends the 7-0 run to start the game here for Xavier. Lob in, kick back out for two is good. Comenda had a foot on the line there.
Yeah, everybody paying attention to Fandel. They double teamed her. That left her open on the wing.
And already 4 players have scored for Xavier. In, up, no good, and they're going to call offensive foul on Norwalk, on Carlson.
Comenda stood her ground and took the charge.
And you see it. Yep, she was set all the way and right into her. Here comes Xavier, back the other way. Fandel. Man-to-man defense. There's Comenda with the three. It's off, no good. Oberhauser gets the long rebound. She'll push it up the floor. Drops it back. Braylee Birmingham for three, short. Rebound. Run down by Fandel. Almost had it stolen, but they'll come back the other way. Wilson with it. Wilson on the attack. Kicks it out. Wanted the three, but quick defensive pickup. down the baseline. I think she must have stepped on the baseline.
Yeah, she did. She dribbled on that baseline as she was trying to take that drive to the hoop.
We got a good seat here, but sometimes you get blocked a little bit by the players in the lane. Best seat in the house, I think. But here comes Norwalk. And the drive stripped away. Save, but they're going to say it did hit the baseline down there. So 21 on the shot clock. Norwalk will get it back. And they still just, I don't know, nerves are just trying to find their footing here early, Laura.
Yeah, they just they need to have some good things happen for them. They need to get a good set on offense, get something to help spark them and settle them down.
Poked away quickly from Bailey Birmingham by Fandel. Underneath, up, off, no good, off the side of the basket by Comenda. Here comes Norwalk. Lobbed it underneath, and it goes a little deep. That was a tough pass against two defenders down there on her.
Yeah, it was the right idea, but just too much traffic in between.
Madden Wilson comes up, holds her hand out for the play. Gets it to Fandel. She'll drive, runner, in and out. Knocked around, rebound comes out of there to Overhauser. She'll push the issue. All the way down, blocked by Fandel. Fandel on the outlet the other way. Reverse up and good.
Doherty gets out on the run after the block. She immediately turned and ran down the floor. Fandel found her.
She's now the fifth player to score here for Xavier, and she snuck in off the bench sometime there, and that one's high and long. Fandel runs it down. Well, she's got a lot of rebounds early here. On the drive, try to throw it through the lane. Overhauser, Norwalk. All substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free at IMTINS.com. Top, Fandel with it. Trails through, kicks it out for three. No good. Rebound comes down hard. It'll be a tie-up. It'll go to Norwalk. Well, Braylon Birmingham's been working hard on the boards down there.
Well, you have to find body and box them out, move them away, and then go strong for the rebound.
Here she brings it up. Gets it off to Bailey, the senior. There's Linder. Back over to Braylon. Pull up. And the foul will send Overhauser to the line. They were 14 of 22 from the free throw line in the quarterfinal.
Overholzer has done a good job of putting the ball on the floor and attacking. One thing that Xavier is doing is really taking Bailey Birmingham out of this ball game.
The first free throw is good. You see the foul there. Second free throw rattles out, rebounded by who else? Fandel. And it's 11-3. Fandel, no look pass over in the baseline, rattles it out. She puts it back up, rebounds it, puts it back up.
Yeah, and that's just her height, her length. Pearl Brown was right there, just needed to back her up just a little bit to get her away from the boards.
Lead up to 10, but cut down to 8 as Overhauser. She has all 5 of Norwalk's points right now.
And she's the one that they're kind of slacking off of, and she's taking advantage of it.
There she gets the foul. And Taylor Rexroth back in, and also in is Brooklyn Emerson for an IMT Insurance substitution for Xavier. Fandel will throw it in. They throw it out long to Wilson. Hit the three, now gets it to Fandel. She's double teamed, pulls it out. Go back to the right side, now back to Fandel. Here's Rexroth. To Emerson, inside to Fandel. Gets it blocked that time. And it'll go out of bounds to Norwalk. So Grace Linder, the senior, came in and got the block there. Now in for Norwalk, Peyton Travis. 1:10 to play here. Norwalk down 8. And the foul out front.
Rexroth's going to pick that one. Just a little too aggressive, reaching in on the dribble.
Well, they've had success picking the guards off here on defense. Xavier has.
They're putting the pressure on up top. They're coming up. They're double teaming.
Just not letting them get in the offense, are they, too much? Overhauser drives again. Man. She's got all 7 Norwalk points here in this first quarter. Lead is just 6.
She's single-handedly keeping them in this ball game.
Vandell, long 3 off, no good. Rebound battled for, down low. And Bailey Birmingham came away with it, and then a foul.
Little plays like that will spark a team. As a hustle play, they went to the ground, they got after it, kicked it out, and Madden Wilson's going to pick up that foul.
Now that's 4, so if they get a foul here late, that could send Norwalk to the line. The shot clock is off with 16 seconds here to go in the first quarter. Up top. Get it to Bailey Birmingham. Now over 3. God, the bank is open for Grace Linder. At the buzzer, we almost had another bank. Wow. What a flurry to end the quarter. It's 13-10 Xavier after 1. And stick with the second quarter coming up after this at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Mr. Frank. Frank. Mr. Frank. And just what you did now, I think you're the best ever.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me. The feeling of family, you have to agree.
Wow, thanks, Fairway Frank.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
Here on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy, want to let you know across Iowa, hundreds of neighborhood banks are providing jobs, supporting businesses, and strengthening our communities. Here, success is built by you, and the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See what we mean at iowabankers.com. So a flurry of long shots, a 3 by Norwalk, almost a buzzer beater by Xavier, and we end up 13-10. Xavier had a 10-point lead at one moment, and there's a drive, and I look to see if that was offensive. No, it's a regular foul. And there's the drive. Stepping in is Braylon Burlingham. To the line is Madden Wilson. And this is the free throw.
Well, if you're Norwalk, you kind of feel like you survived that first quarter and you're still in it.
And 7 of their points came out of Hannah Overhauser. Down the lane, up, there's Overhauser again, doesn't fall, and Fandel gets the rebound. But Overhauser averaging about 8, She's got 7 already here in the first quarter, kept him in it. Here's Fandel. Crosses over, now kicks it outside. The flat 3 is rebounded by Braylon Birmingham. She's going to push it up the floor, gets it poked away from behind. The quick hands by Fandel. 2-on-1, up and good.
That's just experience of Fandel, senior going up against freshmen.
That was like a cobra, just striking in there and knocking that ball out, wasn't it?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, she's got to know where she is.
So now back up to a 7-point lead here for Xavier. Pull up, short, rebound Fandel. Back out to Fandel, she'll stop and go. Runner, short. Rebound comes off to Ava Carlson.
Yep, Bailey Birmingham came over and got into position, and that slowed Fandel down, I think altered her shot.
There's Pearl Brown. She drives in. Spins through, up and under. Can't get it to go. Rebound off to Madden Wilson. A little frustration out of Norwalk that time as shot didn't go. Fandel driving in, runner with the right hand, no good. Rebound pulled down, and they're going to call a foul on that. First on Fandel, first team foul of the quarter here on Xavier. Here they come, a little high screen there quickly. They kick it out. Pull up. Good off the glass by Oberhauser. Well,
good job.
Excuse me, that wasn't Oberhauser, that was Birmingham.
Yeah,
sorry.
Ball fake, got the defender in the air, got inside, knocked down the little mid-range jumper.
We'll see if that gets her going here. Down the lane and a foul called. I saw the 2 and just automatically thought it was Oberhauser. She's been scoring so much.
Well, they've bottled up Birmingham. I mean, that's really one of the first good looks that she's had, and she had to create it on her own.
Right, yeah. So, Reese Comenda back in for an IMT Insurance substitution. Getting it up top to Wilson, knocked away. Braylon Birmingham takes it down, spins, puts it up, and good.
Took it right into the defense, got the contact, drop step the other way, got a little teardrop.
Got a nice friendly rim there too. Under 5 minutes to play now in the half. Here's a 3, no good, rebound. Far side by Linder. Here comes Norwalk pushing it up. Kickback, 3, no good by Linder. Back the other way, and they're going to call the blocking foul. I think that was a good call. Linder wasn't quite back. We'll see the replay here. Yeah.
Just had not gotten set.
Yeah.
She tried to beat her to the spot.
But not quite. And Giselle Lang shooting 2. And this is the first. 59% free throw shooter on the season. Second free throw is good. 18-14, a 4-point ball game here as we approach the halfway mark of the second quarter. Braylon Birmingham over to Pearl Brown. Up top to Linder. Over to Bailey Birmingham. Knocked away by Fandel, but kept alive by Carlson.
This Xavier defense is just locked in. They are not letting anybody get loose.
6 on the shot clock. Bailey drives, and they're going to call the foul before the shot, I believe. Reese Kamenga gets her second. And for the shots, it wasn't shooting. That's the second on Xavier this quarter. Which catch and shoot, it's short. And here comes Xavier into the lane, spinning, kicking it out for three. Good! Taylor Rexroth, her second three. She's got 8 points.
Inside out basketball.
Up, no good by Birmingham, and then the foul on the rebound.
That'll be the second, I believe, on Madden Wilson.
Yeah. And we'll get Giselle Lang coming in for her for an IMT insurance substitution. Or not, you can be worry-free at IMTIMS.com. Out deep to Bailey. Over to Ava Carlson, and then we call a hold underneath on Taylor Rexroth. Her second.
Fouls are starting to pile up.
Yeah, I would say 14 foul already here on Xavier with 3:35 to go. So next one will be 2 shots. Out deep to Bailey, now over to Ava Carlson. Braylon, boom for 3.
And she had a defender right in her face. Haley O'Brien was flying right at her.
Oh, Braylon Birmingham, her second bucket. And back to a 4-point ball game. On the drive, pull up, no good. Slapped out, and they're going to call the foul on that tip out. And that'll be a shooting foul, and that'll be a foul, I think, on Ava Carlson.
Might be Rexroth, and that'll be her third.
Well, she did kind of come in a little strong there, so that is her third. Well, this is the thing you want, too, when you're trailing, is to go to the line and shoot, Laura. And already in the bonus with 3:09 to play. Here's Bailey Birmingham. Pops that one. She shoots 79% from the charity stripe. Second free throw, good. And we got a 2-point ball game. Libby Fandel brings it up. Up top, Lang drives in. Far side Emerson. Fandel trying to work, guarded by Pearl Brown. Now she pops out of there, turns quick for the 3. And no good, rebound ripped down by Ava Carlson. A chance for Norwalk to tie here.
And you had mentioned it, they are making her work. Fandel is working very hard to get open.
Down the lane, up and good, and one! Braylon Birmingham. Let's see the replay.
Quick crossover dribble. Boy, and she muscled that one up there amongst 2 defenders.
And we talked about them finding their offense. Now they're starting to do it. Some of that is they were getting it just poked away and stolen early on and weren't even getting in the offense. But now they've seemed to move the ball a little better, get around that, haven't they?
I think they've kind of solved the defense for now of Xavier. And maybe Xavier's backed off a little bit on that pressure up top because they were very tough, pushing them out away from the basket, not allowing them to even get into their offense.
And they're in the bonus now, too, so any foul here is 2 shots for Norwalk. And a chance here for Braylon Birmingham to go to the line. I like those double letters, you know, like LL, Laura Leonard, Dar Danielson, Bailey Birmingham.
Exactly. Makes it easier to remember.
My folks got carried away. There's 6 of us, and we're all DDs, so... Here's Braylon. High arcing free throw. Man, that brought down any snow that was in the clouds. And Norwalk is up by 1 here.
That's their first lead of the ball game, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, they got down early like 7-0. And spinning around, loses the ball. Here they come, pull up, and loses it the other way. That might have been partially blocked. Vandell throws it away. Here comes Bailey Birmingham. Set up for three. Good for three, Birmingham.
Well, she got the last one blocked from behind, so she jumped in, got the steal, said, I'll show you what it can do.
She took a quick look, nobody around, and popped it. And they've been keeping Vandell from touching the ball here. I think they're figuring that out maybe a little bit.
Yeah, Pearl Brown's got that assignment and has stayed right with her.
There they throw it away. Vandell's telling her teammates, keep rotating the ball. I'll get open, you keep rotating it.
And she'll keep moving. She does not ever tire out. She'll move, she'll try to rub Pearl Brown off on somebody to pop open and get the basketball.
4-point lead now for Norwalk and the ball. Birmingham drives, kicks it out for three. No good. Rebound to Libby Vandell. Vandell up top, long three, no good. Rebound to Braylon Birmingham.
And they're starting to rely on the three-point shot a little bit too much.
Yeah. Bailey Birmingham drives in, and the blocking foul will be called. That'll be on Doherty. And that's her second. And send Bailey Birmingham to the free throw line. Hits that one. So the replay there, there's Bailey. 9 points, all of them coming here in the second quarter now. Make it 27-21. And Xavier's gone a while without scoring. Here's Vandell. Drives in, kicks it out. Under a minute to play. Jumper's good. A two-pointer, long two by Doherty. Ends the scoring drought. On the drive, up and good by Ava Carlson.
All set up by Braylon Birmingham. Takes the defense right to her. Threads the needle between two defenders.
Vandell gets it out to Doherty, the freshman. Hands it off to Vandell. She'll drive in, pull up, and get fouled before. That's just the 14th foul, so there won't be any free throws, I don't believe. See there?
Carlson just riding her the whole way. Got a little too aggressive.
But they've been trying to stick with her and not let her break out, haven't they?
Well, I think that's kind of the game plan.
Well, it's worked.
It's worked here in the second quarter.
There's a jumper good from the right side by Kaylee O'Brien. Just into the ball game and hits the jumper. And now it's a 4-point ball game here. With 4 seconds, 3, 2, and a foul. That'll be 2 shots with 1.8 seconds to go. Giselle Lang gets the foul to send Braylon Birmingham to the line. She's got 8 points so far, 1 free throw, 1 for 1. And they both shoot that high archer, don't they?
I'm sure they've practiced it many times in their driveway at home.
Here's the second free throw. That one rolls, just catches the front lip and rolls out. And at the buzzer, that'll go back into the stands back there. But Norwalk leading 30-25 here. Outscoring Xavier 20-12 in that second quarter. We got a good one. I got a feeling, Laura, these coaches are going to make some adjustments here, come out in the second half.
Yeah, I think it was a tale of 2 quarters in the first half. We saw that Xavier dominated in the first quarter. Norwalk made some changes and came out strong in the second quarter.
All right, we'll take a break, come back with some more halftime stuff for you at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Different people have different needs, so Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to local communities, so you help make an impact. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, for your community.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Fuel choice that's cheaper, homegrown, and better for the planet? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision, to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard, you mentioned it before we went to the break, a tale of 2 quarters there. Everything came out, Xavier firing, and then Norwalk made the adjustments to get back in this and take the lead at the half.
Yeah, I think they settled in that second quarter. I think they were able to survive the first quarter, and thanks to Hannah Overholzer. I mean, she kept them in the ball game and in that first quarter single-handedly with her 7 points. And so by just surviving that barrage by Xavier in the first quarter, able to get through that and then explode in the second quarter.
I think we'll have some stats here to look at, but yeah, they were down by 10 and then came back and now lead here by 5 at the half. And we're working on stats. We'll get them. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll check out some of the stats from the first half here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
Here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. If you want some official state tournament merchandise, you can get it online. Get your smartphones out here and scan the QR code as soon as we get it. Well, there's our stats. Or you can go to IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. So here's the numbers, Laura. And
we talk about Xavier, 2 of 10 from three-point range. So they kind of fell in love with that three-point shot in that second quarter. And look at Norwalk. They got to the free throw line 9 times, and that was big. You know, that was something that we had talked about, and one of the keys, get to the free throw line, be aggressive and attack that defense, and they certainly did. Everything else is fairly even. Turnovers even, points off turnovers even, steals are even, rebounds are fairly close. So, but it's just that, free throws, getting to the free throw line, and then the three-point shooting, not so good for Xavier.
Yeah, and that's pulled down, shooting about 38% overall, and Norwalk about 42%. So, yeah, it's made a big difference because they got in the bonus with about 3.5 minutes to go there in that second quarter and sent Norwalk to the line. And they shoot a pretty good percentage, about 75% as a team there from the free throw line when they get it going. So we take another break here. We'll do that. We'll come back with more after this of the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
This game is heating up, folks. Frank squares up like a butcher block on defense. Audie with the fadeaway. She's on fire. Literally, that is. The net has been burned to a crisp.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
He's the prime cut passer from behind the meat counter. It's Fairway Frank. And introducing a 6'3" center who's a cut above the rest. Say hello to Audie Crooks.
And we're back at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network powered by MidAmerican Energy. There's the QR code if you're interested in the state tournament merchandise. Scan that on your phone, and you can go in there and customize your merchandise. And if you can't find the phone, just remember IGHSAU.org. You can go on there, too, and find the merchandise and get your state tournament T-shirts or whatever the case may be. So let's talk a little bit about what went on in the locker rooms there. Norwalk has to like the way they finish, but that's only one half of basketball, right?
Right. I think as a coach, you say, okay, we won that first half. We won that. Now we got to come out and win the second half, continue to do the things that they did in the second quarter, and feel like you need to get to the line again. I think they were doing a good job of attacking, drawing fouls, getting to the free throw line. Then if you're Xavier, you got to get back to running your offense, and then they want to get out and run. Yeah, remember, they like to push tempo. They didn't get the opportunity to really get out and run in that second quarter, and so they certainly need to try to get that running game going and then figure out ways to get Fandel involved.
Yeah, get inside, because you mentioned it. They seem like they settled for the three a few times instead of trying to work it and get it in there inside. So should be an entertaining second half here, and that's let's take a break. We'll do that. We'll come back and be ready for the second half after this at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. And we'll have our last semifinal coming up after this one for the day here. That'll be Norwalk against DCG. And then there's 2A and 1A tomorrow. And then tomorrow we start the championships, and you're doing some of them, right?
I'm doing 5A tomorrow night, and then I will have the 4A on Saturday and the 1A. So I'll get the see one of these teams again on Saturday as we start off the Saturday round of games.
Alrighty. That's on Iowa PBS, and we get underway here. Norwalk will start with the ball. They're in the white uniforms here to start the second half with that 5-point lead. Bailey Birmingham gets it off. There's Braylon Birmingham. Hands it off to Bailey. Bailey had Fandel on her for a second. A lot of weaving back and forth, trying to get open. Kick out for three. Good by Pearl Brown.
Pearl Brown has not scored much for this team, but they have been important points. She got the 2 at the buzzer the other day, and here to start them off in the third quarter.
Makes it an 8-point lead, their biggest lead of the game. Norwalk led by 10 early. There's a 3. Oh, it looked like it was popping out of there, but goes down for Taylor Rexroth. That's her third 3 of the day to give her 11 points. And there's the bucket, the foul. See the replay here.
A little handoff, and Lang bodied up on her, pushed her out of position, threw up a prayer, and it was answered.
Well, Overhauser single-handedly kept him in it in the first quarter. And misses a free throw. A long rebound comes out, and Wilson picks it up. Makes it a 7-point lead. Jumper is good by Fandel.
And that they want to get her involved here as much as they can in the third quarter.
Just her 6th point here. And her first of the second half. On the drive, and one of those passes that Braylon Birmingham threw it to Carlson, but she was a lot closer than what she expected, I think.
And wasn't expecting it at all.
No. Here's Fandel, looks at the 3 for a minute. Pearl Brown is on her. Wilson comes over, there's a 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by Carlson. Quickly, Bailey Birmingham takes it up. Out to Braylon, up, no good. Rebound, and Fandel can't quite bring it down. Both her and Carlson went up, but just off the fingertips of Fandel. Out deep, looked at the 3, did Bailey. Now over on the wing to Braylon. Back to Bailey. Braylon. Being patient offensively. Pull it back out. Now drives. Nice look across to Carlson.
There was a little confusion offensively because Braylon looked at Coach Segrist over there and said, "What are we doing?" And then she just took it, and everybody paid attention to her.
Yeah, the defense was watching Braylon and Bailey, and then they just lost her behind, and there's a foul on the drive by Wilson. Foul will go against Birmingham. Here's Siege comes in. Birmingham comes in late and fouls her.
And I think she kind of took a knee to the gut.
Yeah.
Took a little slow getting up.
So Wilson will go to the line. She's got 4 points on the day. 0 for 1 from the free throw line so far. That one banged around but went down after kissing off the glass. And a chance here to cut the lead to 5. Second one is good. Five-point ball game. Xavier fans saying, let's get another stop. Braylon in, up no good. Rebound fought for and pulled down by Madden Wilson.
It spread the floor that time for Birmingham, knowing she had a height advantage.
Spin, no good. A rebound. Bailey couldn't get it. Back out to Wilson, up top. Around to Fandel. Fandel drives in, fadeaway jumper, good in the middle of the lane.
That double team came and then flew by Fandel, and she ended up shooting the fadeaway jumper.
Across the top, Pearl Brown spins, looks for somebody to get it to. Finds Carlson. Now over to Bailey, Birmingham, to Braylon. Things have kind of evened out a little bit now, aren't they? A little more back and forth.
Yeah.
Down the lane, Bailey gets it stripped by Fandel. Fandel will push the break up ahead. Now no look pass inside, but it was kicked. And here's a substitution. In comes Samantha Doherty. An IMT insurance substitution. Learn how you can be worry free at IMTINS.com. Inbound under the basket for Xavier. Get to Fandel, kiss off the glass, and easy two there. She's got 6 here in the third quarter.
She's starting to heat up.
1 point ball game. And there's a quick push foul on Doherty. I think that's her third. Yeah. Or is it just her second?
There's her
That is her third, yep. Took them a while to put it up on the board there, but halfway through the third. Got a 1 point ball game here. Oh, picked off. Giselle Lang steps in. Back and back over. They miss it, but it's rebounded, put back up, no good, and then rebound by Braylon. Now taken away. Now down the lane, up, and no good. And to be foul on Bailey, who was laying down in the lane.
Tried to stand in and take a charge, and the official felt like she didn't get her feet set. Good hustle by Doherty.
That was a close one there. But she'll get the foul. She'll be her third. Send Wilson to the free throw line. Misses the first one. And she'll get one more with a chance to tie it up here.
This is an opportunity now for Xavier to make a little bit of a run. You've got Bailey Birmingham on the bench with those 3 fouls.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound comes out to Pearl Brown. Here comes Norwalk. Their lead down to 1 now. Overhauser drives in, stops. Looking to get it somewhere. Finally lobs it out to Braylon. She'll put up a three. No good. Rebound comes down to foul called. Underneath, I think Carlson got fouled. Is that Wilson? Yeah, I think there's a three. No good. Rebound pulled down by Comenda. Boxed out Carlson. Vandell drives in and gets fouled by Hannah Overhauser.
Just be on the floor. I'm not sure. Oh, they're going to say she was shooting in the act of shooting. I guess she was.
I think that foul was on Comenda, her third.
Yep, it was.
There's
Comenda.
a free throw for Vandell. That's her 7th point here in the third quarter. She now has 11. Timeout called. Joe Segris for Norwalk wants a timeout. It's a full timeout, so we'll take a break here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here on the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy, you see the fans here with us for a semifinal. Norwalk and Xavier.
It's going to be a crazy finish. It's close. It's back and forth. It's getting tough to get the ball inside. It's getting tough to get good, clean looks. So it's going to be a grinder down the stretch.
And we're starting to get some people with some foul issues here with 3 fouls. Bailey Birmingham was on the bench with 3. Doesn't look like she's coming back in out of the timeout. And Vandell will shoot one more free throw. She hits it. That gives her 12 points on the day. And 3 minutes to play in the quarter. Xavier back up now by 1. They've come all the way back. Here's the fake, the drive. Pull up, no good. Rebound, battled for. Looks like Pearl Brown had it, but she overran it.
Well, and here's where you decide how long can you stay before you put Bailey Birmingham back into the ballgame.
Into Vandell, goes against 2 players up, off, no good. And Braylon Birmingham, that looked like it had just the right touch, but just enough to roll off the rim there. Braylon pulls up and good.
Well, you got to come up and meet her. You can't let her have it that easily.
And the lead back to Norwalk by 1. On the drive, Lang, runner goes and 1. Foul will go against Carlson.
Norwalk trying to get in and see if they can get some charge calls, and it's going against them, so fouls are starting to pile up. Going to have to be cautious about how they defend.
Free throw bounces 3 times, doesn't go. Vandell pulls it down. Turnaround, good and 1. Vandell is fouled on the putback.
Braylon Birmingham had the defense on Vandell. Felt like she was vertical. Just tipped those hands at the very top.
Yeah, just enough with that left arm to catch the foul. And it's good. 11 points here now in the third quarter for Vandell to give her 15 on the game. And Xavier now with a 4-point lead. Biggest lead since the first quarter. Bailey back in there. Blocking foul called. And Norwalk is in the bonus. That'll be the 14th foul on Xavier here.
I think that they have one more. I think that was foul number 4.
Yeah, that's 4, and then they'll be in the bonus. But Norwalk has 5 team fouls. Back in is Brooklyn Emerson for an IMT insurance substitution. Out to Bailey. She drives in, lobs it up short. And back comes Xavier. They seem to have the momentum right now. Off to Fandel. Fandel trying to dribble around 2 defenders. Brown is right there. Back out for 3. Good! Giselle Lang for 3.
She has come up big in this tournament. She's knocked down shots at important times, and now the defense for Xavier's picking things up.
And they'll get the ball right back. Leading by 7. Here comes Wilson. Looking for Fandel. Brown is all over her. She shovels it off. Pull up at the elbow. No good. A rebound underneath. And they're going to call the foul on the floor, but it'll be a 2-shotter either way. Samantha Doherty to the line. Her first time to the free throw line. She's got 4 points today. This is the front end. And they bring out Carlson with 3 fouls. And another free throw for Doherty. He misses it. Fandel draws the foul. A little lean in too much on Linder. Just 2 personals on Fandel. But that's a shooting foul as they're in the bonus now with 59 seconds. And Grace Linder comes down to shoot. 60% free throw shooter. Hits it.
It's been a pretty cleanly played game up until these last couple of minutes of the third quarter,
Yeah,
and then we've
hectic.
been going back and forth to the free throw line.
And Linder hits 2. Cut it down to a 5-point game here. Under a minute now to play. Fandel with the green shoes brings it up. Madden Wilson. Guarded by Braylon Birmingham, and it's tipped, but they keep possession. Look for Fandel. Pearl Brown's trying to deny her. Now she spins inside and double team. 6 seconds. 5, spinner, up, no good. And here comes Braylon. They'll pull it up. She'll let everybody get back. Bailey Birmingham looks to the bench and got the play. 12 seconds. Braylon on the drive. Stops. And it'll be held ball. Xavier ball with 7.5 to play.
Well, they certainly wanted Braylon to be able to take that last shot. They set it up. They spread the floor for her, but Fandel with the quick hands tied her up.
Yeah, cleared that lane, but now here we go the other way. 3, 2, up, and good at the buzzer! At the buzzer, it's good. Brooklyn Emerson. Let's see it here. Fandel found her underneath for the easy look. And we'll go to the 4th here. Hang with us on at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, We work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, this 4A semifinal, everything you hope for, 46-41. Or Leonard Xavier grabbed the momentum back a little bit in that third quarter, didn't they?
Yeah, big third quarter for them, 23 points and held Norwalk to 11. And so able to overcome that deficit and pull into the lead.
48-41 as we start the fourth quarter. Norwalk with the ball. Braylon puts it up, misses, and the rebound to Xavier. Vandell inside, kicks it out for three. No good. A rebound comes down to Hannah Overhauser. It's over to Brown. Brown quickly drives baseline, turns around, puts it up off the glass. No good. So Norwalk coming out a little quick here early. Vandell drives in, boom.
She had the edge. She got the shoulder in front of the defender and able to blow by.
17 points for Vandell. Gives the 9-point lead to Xavier. They led by 10 in the first quarter, and Norwalk came back. Pull up at the elbow. No good. Rebound pulled out of there, ripped out of there by Vandell. Look ahead pass, a little long, and still a scramble for it, and they do come up with it. Good hustle by Madden Wilson. Vandell had Giselle Lang down deep, but just a little long on the pass. Now she drives in. And there's everybody falls down, and they're going to call it a jump ball.
One of the things that Xavier is doing now, they're starting to get that running game going.
Yeah, back at it. And then they're kind of isolating Vandell a little more and letting her take it in there. And lob it out long with 15 on the shot clock. Driving through up, no good, and they're going to call the foul on the rebound against Xavier, and I think that might be Rexroth. We'll see. Yeah, that would be her fourth. Yep.
I'm going to get Commenda back into the ball game.
Commenda comes in for an IMT insurance substitution. Everything can be worry-free at IMTIMS.com. Carlson goes out and Grace Linder comes back in for Norwalk. They need to score here. There's a three, that'll do it. Braylon Birmingham. She's got 14.
Just what they were looking for. That was the shot that they needed to give them a little bit of a boost. Vandell looking like she might pull the trigger on that one.
They're going to call the early foul up top on Pearl Brown. Six-point lead here. They get it in, runner up and good by Madden Wilson. Caught it and flung it up there.
Looked like a good set play, and they set a screen, got Braylon Birmingham picked off.
Braylon for three again, she answers. 5-point ball game, timeout.
Norwalk going to take a quick timeout.
Let's see here. She got that same high arch where she shoots the free throws, and it rainbows in.
Well, and I think they didn't come out the last couple of times. They've not come out and defended her. They've let her come down, and she can knock them down a couple of steps behind the three-point line.
Well, now here's where the coaching comes into play in this last 6 minutes. How do you adjust? As it's been a swing back and forth in the quarters. Xavier came out hot, led the first quarter, then Norwalk led at the half, then Xavier leading after the third, and right now Xavier still hanging on to the lead. The lead at 5. It was 8 after the third. And some full court pressure here by Norwalk. They come up, almost they do, up, saved it behind the back, but Xavier's going to come up with it, and they call a foul on Pearl Brown.
Grace Linder almost got that steal for Norwalk. Just couldn't save it.
It's tough when you flip it behind you and you can't see whether it's a white shirt or a blue shirt.
You always have to be moving. Doesn't matter. And a couple of players standing. Coach Tom Lilly is going to take a timeout.
Yeah, he wants a timeout now too. Let's see. Still a 30 here. So, and he's talking to Madden Wilson a little bit about that. And these two coaches, both experienced, both have been to the state tournament. They kind of know when to call that timeout, what adjustments to make here, and it's going to be interesting down the stretch. Norwalk has a little work to do to battle back, but
both of these squads still have timeouts left, and so they're using them sparingly and like you said, at the appropriate time.
You look at Norwalk, 43% from three-point range, Xavier 29%. Xavier out shooting them on the floor a little bit, 44-40, but they've had a few more inside shots, close in ones. So now Xavier, Fandel will come over here to throw it in right to our right. As
one thing that Norwalk did in that second quarter was get to the free throw line. They have not gotten to the free throw line a ton here in the second half.
Well, Xavier has 2 fouls, none for Norwalk, team fouls, or I guess 1. So they're going to move it down a little bit here, and Fandel will throw it in with almost a fresh shot clock for him. Got to work it up top. Fandel for 3. No good. A rebound. Pulled down by Braylon Birmingham. She's hit a couple threes here.
I'm going to guard her a little bit tighter.
Gets a screen, now puts up the 3. It might have been blocked. It was, and she's fouled.
And they're really trying to set her up, set screens up high to get her open, move around those screens to get a look at that three-point shot.
So now she gets 3 free throws. She's 2 of 3 from the line today. Shoots 79% from the line on the season. That one is right through. 18 points for her. Second free throw. Constant rhythm, all the same motion all the whole time. That's how you do it.
That's what makes a good free throw shooter. You have the same routine when you step to the free throw line.
And all of those right to the bottom of the net. And we got a 2-point ball game. 5:17 to play with a trip to the state title on the line. Norwalk fans on their feet. They outnumber Xavier quite a bit here. Inside, Fandel runs into Bailey Birmingham and loses it.
Good backside help by Birmingham.
Braylon Birmingham trying to go against Fandel. Will pull it back out, looks for a high screen. She dribbles around, and they're going to call it on Comenda for trying to push through that screen. And that'll do it for Comenda.
That's a big loss. She's a good defender for them.
She said, "What, me?" But you see there, I don't know. She tried to push through it. See? Yeah, she said, "On me." And
well, the screen was set, and you've got to either go underneath the screen or over the top. She tried to go right through.
You can't push through it. So Norwalk looking to tie it or take the lead. Here's Pearl Brown, pull up, off, no good, rebound the other side, put back up, and the foul is called underneath against Doherty. That's 4 on her. Linder will go to the free throw line.
The difference between this quarter and last quarter for Norwalk is they have gone inside, they've been aggressive, and they are getting to the free throw line where they are making it count.
Grace Linder hits that one. She hits this one. We got a tie ball game. Oh, hits the front of the rim and bounces off. Fandel gets the rebound. 1 point game here. 4.5 to play. Lob over to the right side. Back over, open three. Good! Giselle Lang pops the three.
We talked about how she has come up big.
Braylon down the lane gets fouled. And that'll go against Madden Wilson. That's her fourth. Braylon Birmingham, or when she misses one. It's the second one. She's got 21 points here, and we got a 3-point ball game. Xavier with the lead in the balls. We come to the halfway mark in the fourth quarter. Up to Fandel. Pearl Brown counter. She drives by, kicks it back over for three. Taylor Rexroth, her fourth three of the game. And a carry called.
3 defenders came around Fandel. She read that, kicked it out to Rexroth, and then just a mental mistake by Birmingham with the carry.
Xavier lead back up to 6 now off the 3 by Rexroth. She's hit a 3 in every quarter. And there's a blocking foul on Linder, which is her second. Doherty to the line. She's missed her only 2 free throws today. Hits that one. Hitting 81% on the season, so she doesn't miss that many. You see here the drive. And she gets them both. Lead back up to 7 here. For Xavier, or to 8, excuse me. Down the lane, up no good. A rebound fought for. Pearl Brown comes out. 3-pointer, no. Rebound to Doherty.
Boy, they had a good look at it, a second opportunity.
Linder had a good look, but couldn't get her to go. Now taken away. Overhauser. Down the lane, Overhauser. Up, no good. Rebound underneath. Blocked from behind by Doherty, and then a foul.
They might get Grace Linder on that foul.
That's the 4th on Norwalk. Xavier has 5. So we'll be shooting from here on out with 2:57 to play. And a timeout called. Full timeout called by Xavier. They've got an 8-point lead here with 3 minutes to go at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. 2:57 to go. Xavier 60-52 lead. They have 5 team fouls. Norwalk with 4. 2 timeouts apiece here. As Xavier called the timeout, you'd think maybe they work a little time off here, Laura, on the clock.
Yeah, I think they might. They'll take a little bit. They'll be a little more precise in their passing and a little more patient. They don't need to necessarily score quickly, but it also isn't necessarily their game. So sometimes you take it out.
Isn't, so. Rexroth with 14, Pandel with 17. Here they come down quickly. Almost lost the handle on that one. Kick it right in, kick it out. And they'll pull it out, get it to Fandel. Libby Fandel, the senior, spins in, pulls up, rolls in and out. Battle for it, rebound comes down to Bailey Birmingham.
Yeah, that's usually money for Fandel. That's her shot.
Birmingham down the lane, up and good.
They're going to put a little full court pressure on.
6-point ball game. They get it in. That was close to a 5 count there. Oh, down the lane it opens up and just takes it right in. Wilson. 2 minutes to play. Braylon wanted to pop up the 3, but Fandel picked her up. Down the lane again. Good. Oberhauser. I think they'll be happy, though, to trade 2-point baskets from here on out because they still got a 6-point lead.
And now you're going to take some time off the clock, and Norwalk's going to get out and be aggressive.
Out to Fandel. Coral Brown's been chasing her all day. Oh, diving attempt by Bailey. Now she comes back, flies through the air, can't get it. 3-pointer away. Good! Maddie Wilson.
Last 2 possessions, she has hit a 3 and gotten a straight line drive for a 2.
She's got 13. And a foul underneath. And Wilson has been so good at getting that ball up and getting the offense going too today.
Yeah, she's done a good job of getting them into position, and here just steps out and knocks down that 3.
And that's a killer on defense. You're trying so hard underneath and they kick it out. And Birmingham misses a free throw. She'll get one more here. 101 on the clock. Second free throw is good. Makes it an 8-point ball game. Through the middle. Here comes Wilson again. She'll dribble all the way down through. Fandel up high. They're going to take as much time as they can. Waiting for the foul. They come out and they foul Fandel.
You know, it's a big third quarter that propelled Xavier, and they did it late in the third quarter, had a big burst down the stretch, outscored Norwalk 23-11 to give them the lead.
And Fandel had 11 of those in that third quarter. She goes one more here. That moves the lead up to 10. So Norwalk needs to come down and get some points in a hurry. They get it to Bailey. Long 3. Good by Peyton Travis.
And that was a deep 3, but they got her the basketball and
with
she lined it up.
Knee brace on too. She pushed it up there. Is that a full timeout? You want a break? We'll take a break here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here at the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy. 39.4 seconds to go. Norwalk needs a little help to scratch back here, Laura Leonard.
They need a little help. They need to lengthen this game as long as possible.
They have one timeout left. Both teams are in the double bonus from here on out. Dar Danielson, Laura Leonard bringing you the ball game here. Gavin Ibsen on the controls. And they'll get it in. They'll try to come up and see if they try to foul early. They do on Fandel. And Fandel at nearly 83% is not the best person to foul, but she's the one they're going to get the ball in her hands.
You can't be choosy. You got to just stop it as quickly as possible.
She's got 19. And hits it. As I said, 11 of those coming in the third quarter when they kind of took the lead back. Pearl Brown comes out. She's going to be tired. She's been chasing Fandel all day on the court.
And did a fine job of it. I mean, really kept her in check for a good part of the game.
Yeah, she's got 20, but it was till the third quarter when she took off. There's a high archer, no good, and then the foul on Taylor against Taylor Rexroth. Rexroth has 4 threes and a 2. Let's see if she can get one just standing there at the free throw line now. She shoots 68 or 67% there, but she's had a 3 in every quarter and a couple big ones.
Well, I'm hoping I don't jinx her, but she's perfect 5 for 5 from the floor and a perfect 4 for 4 from three-point range.
There you go. And those are the kind of backyard shooting stats you get, when you feel hot. And she's done it here in the semifinal. Well, missed one of them, but she'll take that. A 10-point lead here. Braylon puts up the 3. It's going to be off. No good. And out of bounds to Xavier. And I think they're going to bring in some subs, and Norwalk will bring in Avery Thomas and Ellie Doolin. Also Addie Stillman. Great effort today, but Xavier just fought back and caught fire there in the third and then held them off in the fourth.
And you look at the lineup for Norwalk in the starting lineup, only one senior, you have 3 juniors and a freshman. So you have to believe that you may see them back here next year.
Bailey Birmingham, the one senior, which is a big scoring loss, another loss too, but we're just going to let the clock run down. And Maddie Wilson will let it go, and Xavier advances to the title game. (70-60).
Well, they were on the ropes. Norwalk had them on the ropes, and they were able to bounce back in that third quarter, figured some things out, got that offense running a little bit more smoothly, got back to the way that they played basketball all season long.
Well, and credit Norwalk, it looked like it could be a runaway in that first quarter when Xavier come out and everything ready, and they just battled back and forth. But, man, what a good game, what you want out of a semifinal here today. And let's see, we'll get ready. We'll have the presentation of the trophy, and Tom Lilly is going to be retiring after 40 years, only coach of this team.
In addition to receiving medallions, each participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are basketball administrator Gary Ross and executive director Aaron Gerlach. Congratulations to head coach Joseph Segrist and the Warriors from Norwalk on an outstanding basketball season. And now, Taylor Rexroth. Advance your team to the next round on the official bracket at center court. Congratulations, Saints fans. Your team advances to the 4A championship and will play Saturday at 2:30 p.m. And fans,
there you have it. Xavier will advance to play the winner of our final game here of the night, North Polk and DCG. And we talked about it, Laura, maybe a little bit of experience carrying over in the second half for Xavier to take the lead and win this ball game.
Yeah, I think it was the experience, and then they kind of settled in, and that goes back to the experience coaching on the sidelines, and they weathered the storm and were able to pull out the victory. Big third quarter propelled them to the win.
All right, thanks to you. Fun time today. Good luck on the championship calls. I'll be at home with my feet up watching on the TV. Okay?
We'll give you a shout out.
Okay, all right. Thanks to Gavin here on the controls today. I'm Dar Danielson. That wraps it up from the Girls State Basketball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.